All the rest of the kitchen's destroyed.
The kitchen's destroyed?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
All the equipment, yeah.
So you have flood insurance and all that though?
No. Didn't have it. Landlord didn't have it, we don't have it.
It's so sad. The town is just, it's just thick with sad here. You know, you look up and down the streets, rolls of carpeting and people's belongings out on the sidewalks, just devastated.
John and I have lived in Ocean City for 11 years, and we've seen plenty of storms.
But there's nothing that compares to Sandy. It's Saturday, October 27th, 2012. We're expecting in a day or so the storm named Sandy to come ashore somewhere, probably in New Jersey, but they don't know for sure. There's a mandatory evacuation tomorrow. The flooding and rains and wind are going to likely impact the entire Mid-Atlantic state area. These are pretty big waves for 2 days before the storm, though.
Well, you're a lot bigger than this, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hi, my name is Wendy Smith.
And what do you think is going to happen with us?
When we get back here on Wednesday, this beach will probably be gone. Tide's already been up to the dune before we had a storm, so we were already in peril of losing it, and any strong nor'easter we thought was going to take it out. A storm like this, I don't think it has a chance to survive.
Well, what's going to happen to these houses right behind us?
We are praying that those houses are still going to be there. What will happen is they will take on a lot of water in their garages, which happens a lot of times anyway, just from the rainwater that's going to hit. So it's going to be the water coming this way, the water coming that way, and the water coming from the sky. Is like a triple threat to everybody here. So I don't think it's going to be good.
Your house is on Clipper, which is 1 block from ours. So what do you think? Are we going to be ruined?
I think Clipper we're going to be okay. And you're on Dory, yes. Yeah. I think that because when you look and see, the water does not come down those roads. Our Clipper and Dory are higher up than Haven and Simpson are, and Bay. We're like 2 feet higher than they are. So they get it, or 1.5 feet.
Okay, well I hope you're right.
Hopefully. Be there. I don't think the pier will be here when we're finished.
You are now on record with your prediction.
That's my prediction, but I'm praying, you know, they've been wrong.
Yeah.
So
hopefully
they will be wrong. We'll all come back in next week and I'll be sitting right here on this beach again.
Are these all your dogs?
Yes,
they are. We're dog trainers.
Oh, you're dog trainers?
Yeah.
Are they special hurricane dogs?
No, they're not, but they're having a blast.
No, they're just enjoying the beach.
Good.
Hey! Hi guys. Do they do tricks?
This one does some tricks. We do mostly obedience, that type of thing. Yep, agility, all that fun stuff.
Isis, watch. Isis, jump. Just kick dirt with me. Isis, jump. Girl. Isis, splits. Watch me. Isis, splits. Roll. Girl. Roll. Girl. See. Go. Go. Yes. Girl.
Oh, thank you. That is priceless.
Thank you.
No more.
Maggie. Good job.
So could this be like the 62 storm, do you think?
Yes, and the main reason is because the time of the year, the duration, the length of the storm, that could be a lot more serious because you're not going to have the ability of the time for that water that comes in at high tide to recede back out before the next change. And that's what happened in the storm of 62, where it just kept building up more and more and more all the time. and that's what did the severe damage.
So what do you think the likelihood of that?
I'm a little bit concerned about this.
Do you think our homes are going to get flooded?
I would say the flooding's going to be more of a serious concern than the wind factor.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I think.
Well, I hope you're... Okay,
I
thanks.
hope I'm wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Good luck, good luck.
Thank you.
Garth, that last guy we were talking to on the beach, I was just too stunned to even try to record it.
He said in no uncertain terms with his heightened voice, and you're 6 feet tall, the water's going to be 2 feet over your head.
Yeah, we were standing on Central Avenue.
And he heard it on Action News.
That seems a little hard to believe, don't you think?
Guess we'll find out.
All right, I guess we'll find out.
It's a deer in the headlights type of thing.
And I'm only 5'10". It'll be 2 feet 2 inches above my head.
Right, me too.
Well, it's Sunday morning around 8:49. The storm is still quite a ways off, but as you can see, our back bay is quite flooded already. So Nancy and I have sort of decided to go. Right, Nancy?
Yes.
Yes. Oh boy. Well, we've lived here for 11 years. And I think we both have just loved living here, but hopefully there'll be something to come back to when the storm is over. Kind of sad. Boy, I got a bicycle, brought it inside. I figured it'd be nice if that was still around. Here's a globe and a sundial that we like. We have a bookshelf that's built in our family room. I put some of the lower shelf books up. We're expecting, sadly, to be flooded, but we don't know for sure. Better safe than sorry. Nothing better than having breakfast with my wife Nancy, who I adore so much, and she really is my home. So I guess even if this wonderful place is wrecked, as long as I have Nancy, I will be at home. A year ago, we faced mandatory evacuation because of Hurricane Irene, and now it was happening again. Nancy and I evacuated to her daughter's home in a New Jersey suburb of Philadelphia called Marlton. Nancy's son Darren, his wife Terry, and their 2 kids live about 8 blocks from us in Ocean City. They evacuated to Terry's sister Joanne's house, which is in Mount Laurel. Being away from home during this kind of event is nerve-wracking. You end up constantly online and on the phone trying to figure out what's going on. At one point, I called Terry to see if she had heard anything.
Hello?
Hey Terry, any updates?
Hi, Steffi.
How are you doing?
Oh, my goodness, my phone doesn't stop ringing. What do you want to know? Uncle Bill's is underwater. There's 2 fires happening in Ocean City. Michelle's parents can't get rescued from their house that has water in it. Any more good news?
This was not very reassuring, and my imagination started getting the best of me. I'm just a worried little man, self-involved to a fault. who's learning a lesson about equanimity. There's nothing I can do now. I just have to accept it. Storm might hit south of us, which is not good. Stop wallowing, John. Remember who you're married to. Love you, Growl.
Love you, chap. Stop all your wallowing.
But I was born to wallow, and the internet was mostly a wasteland of hard-to-decipher rumors and useless information. But I found one site that was a godsend, Ocean City Patch, which is an online newspaper run by a veteran newspaperman named Douglas Bergen. Doug stayed in Ocean City during the storm and traveled around the island with a wetsuit and a camera. In particular, OC Patch had a live blog by local weatherman Dan Skeldon. This was absolutely the best information source I could find about how Sandy was evolving. A few weeks after the storm, I met with Doug Bergen, and he shared with me his pictures, videos, and memories of Sandy making landfall just north of Ocean City.
I'm Doug Bergen, editor of Ocean City Patch, a local news site focusing on Ocean City news. I was in Ocean City during the storm, trying to report to folks who were evacuated on what was going on here on the island. I did come over with a wetsuit and a camera and took a tour on Monday morning during the first high tide. High tides were at 8:30 on Monday morning, then again at 8:30, about 8:30 at night, when the storm was expected to hit. Evening high tide was supposed to be the worst of the two. I headed out during the morning tide. Took a short tour. I was staying on Bay Avenue on the 700 block. Headed out from there, up to the boardwalk and back. First thing I saw was the intersection at 9th and Bay, where the new elevated causeway lands in a lake of thigh-deep water. It became clear pretty quickly that there would be no leaving the island at that point on Monday. Heading up 9th Street, flooding that I had never seen before in Ocean City. Cars underwater. Made it up to the boardwalk. Waves were, even at that point, starting to wash over the dunes and up under the boardwalk. With the higher tides, the water was encroaching on the beach and boardwalk much more than usual. It was really on my walk back to Bay Avenue from the boardwalk that you started to realize that the scope of this storm would be much greater than others. At some points in intersections near West and Haven Avenues, it was waist deep, even chest deep as you stepped off curbs. And to think that this was the lesser of the two high tides that day was really pretty scary. Heading back into the bay, you couldn't see a bulkhead, though bay water was just rolling right into the streets.